Hello, Traveler fans, Cody fans. Just wanted to give you an update on some work I'm doing on the Traveler Universe creator we've got. So this is just a quick tour of a few functions we've added to the browser. So I'm going to start with a brand new sector. I would like to start with a brand new sector. So today's Monday, and we'll call it Monday. The time is 8:25. So call it Monday-825, and the random seed would be 825. Let's generate that. So version 1.0 of the generator and the browser of the whole thing has been bundled into an install exe that's available in my GitHub with the raw files. This work here has not been bundled yet. So if you go down download the install exe, you're still going to get the 1.0 version. You're not going to get any of this. So this is the stuff I'm in the patient operating as we speak. So those of you that have a Python runtime environment that don't use the install exe, you'll see this stuff going on right now. When you go in, you'll see where I am with all these features, functions, mistakes. They're a little bit rough at the moment, and I'm not sure how everything's going to go well as I try this now, but we'll give it a shot. So, and if you're not familiar with what I mean by runtime environment, I do want to just encourage anyone that's just curious that installing your own runtime environment on whether you're a Mac or a Windows person, it doesn't cost any money, and it just requires a little curiosity. And a few YouTube videos will help you, and you can get up and going. So it's not that much of an impasse. A lot of people think programming requires an engineering degree and a whole bunch of fancy equipment, and none of that is necessary. Nevertheless, if you rather just wait for the exe, just wait for the exe. In the meantime, Monday 825 is just finished. Let's I've got it open twice. Here we are. Monday 825 is just finished. So let's go to the browser and take a quick look. There it is. Cool. All right. So, a couple new symbols. This is a non-industrial economy symbol. A few new symbols showing up. The ring. Whether there's a ring there or not on the planet that you're looking at now shows up over here. Far more common if you're in a main system. This is very likely a gas giant here, for example, and you can see it as a dense ring. So that was always in the database. It didn't change, but for whatever reason, forgot to include it in the browser. So it's there now. But the big things are these three buttons: world map, sector map, and sector PDF. So if we go back to the main worlds, let's try to find something Earth-like. 1724. Excuse me, 1724. Fushia Kosova is a warm standard. This looks pretty nice. You don't get a lot of these in my generation system, so that's nice to see. Now what you should be able to do, let's hope this works, we click on world map and we like to continue, and we open up and boom, here we are in Traveler Worlds, Fushia Kosova. Oh, is it a water world? Did I not notice that? The hydrographics 10. Cool. All right, so there's a water world. Sweet. I have to remember which, what did I use? 825? What did I call that? I'll have to remember that. Anyway, there it is. Cool water world. And this is courtesy of the guys at Traveler World, specifically the guy Anjo the Red. So shout out to him, Cody. And he's built an API, which is a fancy way of saying he's made it really easy for me to leverage his website from my program. And so this data here all was submitted from the program. So it created this world, and it's sending the same random seed. So every time you run the browser program and click the traveler map for this planet, you're always going to get this exact map. The one thing I do have to warn anyone who wants to use this is the sciencey stuff here is not passed on. So the Traveler stuff is passed on, and it's included all here properly. Traveler 5 stuff, economic extensions and importance, has all been passed on. But the sciencey stuff, how far from the star, rotation, weather, those are both created independently by different systems. So this stuff here, the gravity and everything, is not going to match. But if you need a quick world map, there you go, one button and you've got it. So awesome, and thank you, Daniel the Red. We also now have an ability to get a sector map from Traveler Map. So we clicked on sector map. Let's just say yeah, continue, and it looks like it doesn't do anything. Excuse me. It looks like it doesn't do anything. But you can see in the background, I should put up something to say, hey, I'm working, but in the background, there it goes. So it's now saved it in our Sector DB, but also if you have a Windows platform, it'll open up automatically. So we always had a poor man's API. I built a little HTML file, but now we've got a button right in there, and that's pretty neat. I like that. Good work on the machine building. I like that. It looks good. I wouldn't change much about that at all. I always tweak them if I build one and play with it, but I like the look of that one. This is good. Hey, this is turning out all right. Famous last words. Let's take a look at the new export. At the moment it's called Sector PDF export, but the only option right now is to get into hyper details of a particular subsector. So in this case, you have to pick a subsector. Let's pick this one. Let's hope this works. It mostly works at this point. And we'll do this and let it go. And what we're going to have in our Sector DB file is a subsector G document that is going to have information. Well, I'll have to show you. It's what I always envisioned for an export, and I'm really happy with how it's turning out. It's still kludgy and it's still ugly. It'll always probably be ugly, but I think it's cool. So it's going to take a couple of more minutes to finish, and it looks like it's broken or frozen, which is why down at the bottom I'm keeping an eye on my log. But everything's working as expected, and it's going to have a hell of a lot of details for one subsector. There we go. Are we done? Are we almost done? Almost done. And there we go. What I want to do is be able to create certain options, but at the moment you just pick a subsector and that's where you go. Subsector G, here it is. So this is the Monday 825 sector. Remember, I named my sector with the number afterwards. I like to do that as a pattern. Use the seed so I can always create another version of it if I need to. And it's subsector G, and there's our maps: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We're going to be in here, and we're probably going to be starting then with Antis, Nullbuck, Gerstofen. Are probably the first things that would come up. So this is Antis. So this whole page here, this entire page, is just this dot here, 765. So we've created this information for 765. So the Traveler 5 stuff here, bases, PVGs, all the stuff, the Traveler, some example goods from the Traveler 5, some symbols. There's gas giants present, and this means a low population system. And yeah, you can see Antis is the main world here, and it has 3 population, which means the whole system is under 3. But here we can see going from the closest to the star all the way out to the star, and there's 1 star in A5 star. So it's hex 715, and this is which extra star are you orbiting, or what stellar orbit are you in. So they're in stellar orbit 0, which means they're around the first star, or they're around the primary. So this is the first planet, second planet, third planet, fourth planet, all the way out. Yeah, planet all the way out. Antis happens to be an impact moon around planet 6, Balsero. So Antis is a moon of Balsero. Antis, and now I just get everything I need quickly if someone were to show up at this planet, just to sort of get the gist of things. So Balsero is the main planet. It's not a gas giant. It's a large. It's a D size. Traveler 5 has some really big planets occasionally. So this is his own impact planet, which is a 6 size, which is interesting. So the gravity's 0.7. There's no ring. there's no official year to the planet because it's not orbiting the star. It's orbiting another planet, or the moon is orbiting a planet, which is orbiting the star. So the planet, Balsero, goes around every 11 Earth years. And so that would be the sort of the Earth year of Antis. Antis rotates every 11 hours. And Balsero has a 9-hour day. Antis 11-hour day. The atmospheric pressure is 1.5. It's a corrosive atmospheric composition. It's a corrosive atmosphere. Yeah, it's a B atmosphere, so it's corrosive. Temperature is 288, which isn't too bad. Excuse me. 277 is about 11 degrees, so it's cold, but not too bad. And this is the time to get to the jump points, and so you can see 1G it's a 6-hour, 3G it's a 3-hour. It is a moon though. I maybe should have just grabbed this from the thing. You really have to get away from the planet. If it's a gas giant, I ignore the planet and go with the moon. In this case, you want to probably make sure you're far enough away from Balsero, the large planet that you're near. So I would probably say that the distances, in this case, I would use the planet. But I've got them both down there. But I would probably judge it's going to be 8 hours if you're 1G. Anyway, that's how the export works. We have an index. Oh, sorry. And then we break down into the individual planets. I didn't even get to that far. So let me just grab any. Here we go. Here's another system here. There's the Morta system 1811. And the first planet is Foggia. The second is Bayenhot and Ganzendorf. So each one of the planets has their own breakdown here. So the whole subsector is 506 pages. That's one subsector. It's 506 pages. This is insane. I mean, who wants this or needs this apart from me? I don't know anybody else who would, but I think it's cool. And I like, in theory, being able to send this to a POD and get myself a big, thick book of this subsector and write notes inside about the planets as we develop them out, or notes about whatever's going on. And I can sort of see it as like a workbook. So you can see, you get more details down here. So Foggia itself is a planet. It's tiny. It's in a rock ball. The basics that you maybe a little beyond what you get at on the detail level up here. And so every single moon and every single world, they're all worlds, I guess, planets and moons, because we have a lot of worlds are actually moons around gas giants. So gas giants, planets, and moons from 1,000-kilometer diameter up are all represented here, and they each have their detail section, and then they're grouped together in a summary section per hex that they're in. And that is just created. I'm going to look at it myself. Kind of cool. Monday 825 subsector G, created with the press of a button, document ready to go, and a lot more. I think what I'll do is I'll give more updates as I update this program, and when I finally finish the EXE, I'll do that as well. And I think what I might do is spend some time going through how I use the program and how I read it and decisions made, and like in the homebrew, the IMTU I'm building, the MTU I'm building, walk through that in some detail, and maybe look at the database and how I look at things for the database, things along those lines. I haven't quite grokked it all, but we'll use one of my sectors as an example of what I get out of this, and I hope you like it. If there's anything you're looking for in this, I think I'm the only one really using it. But if it's something you think is useful and you'd like to see, by all means, I mean, you can always leave a comment on YouTube, but really hang out if you go to Kodi. If you don't know what Kodi is, you probably, I don't know why you're watching the video, but anyway, I'll see you in Kodi. If you don't know what it is, by all means, leave a comment on YouTube, or I probably put a link in Kodi in the section anyway. That's all I got. That's all I got. Hope you enjoy it, play with it, have fun with it, and I'll send another update as soon as I have one. Cheers.